Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her? At the start of this year's WNBA season, it was announced that Caitlin Clark signed a massive endorsement deal with Nike. This deal was for 8 years, $28 million with a signature sneaker included. We have not seen any commercials, we have not seen any ads, we have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes.
What would you do if you were offered $20 million? Sounds like a no-brainer, right? Well, for Caitlin Clark, it wasn't that simple. She had to make a choice that could change her entire career. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos. Without subscribing, it costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you? Click the subscribe button. Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Nike or Adidas, it's not just about picking a logo, it's about respect, recognition, and a whole lot of cash. We're diving into the crazy world of sports contracts. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. The numbers are insane, but the story behind them even crazier. You know what's crazy? Nike had Caitlin Clark in the palm of their hand.
Caitlin Clark, remember that girl, that superstar playing for Iowa that ended up going to the Final Four? She's got one of the hottest selling jerseys in sports, y'all, according to Fanatics, led by the one and only Michael Rubin. The deal is the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player. She deserves it!
A $28 million deal over 8 years, that's some serious cash, right? And they promised her a signature shoe to boot. Sounds like a dream come true for any college athlete. But then nothing, no ads, no promotions, no shoe. It's like Clark vanished into thin air. Meanwhile, she's out there on the court, absolutely dominating, breaking records left and right, putting up numbers that would make even the pros jealous. But where's the love from Nike? Picture this: Clark's dropping 40 games like it's nothing. She's dishing out assists that make you wonder if she's got eyes in the back of her head. The crowd's going wild, social media's blowing up, but Nike radio silence. It's like they forgot they signed one of the hottest prospects in women's basketball. Let's talk numbers for a second. Clark's impact on the game is off the charts. She's bringing in viewers, selling out arenas, and making headlines. Compare that to some of the WNBA stars Nike's pushing.
Nike is obviously the biggest brand in athletic apparel, and Caitlin seemed to be a perfect fit for the brand. $28 million at the time, while some people, including myself, were saying that this might be a little bit too low. Also got to see the other offers that were on the table for Caitlin Clark, and as you can see, Under Armour offered her 4 years for $16 million, which by a year-by-year basis, she would actually be making more per year if she had signed with Under Armour. And I feel like, looking back in retrospect, that might have been the perfect place for Caitlin, because I feel like Under Armour for sure wouldn't have ignored her this entire season.
Now, don't get me wrong, they're incredible athletes, but Clark, she's in a league of her own. Take someone like Sabrina Ionescu, great player, no doubt. Nike's all over her, and rightfully so, but Clark's college stats, they make Icus look average. We're talking about a player who's redefining what's possible in women's basketball, and Nike's treating her like she's just another name on the roster. So what gives? Why would Nike ghost their golden goose? Something doesn't add up. You don't just ignore talent like Clark, not when she's bringing this much attention to the sport, not when she's got the potential to be the face of women's basketball for years to come. Well, hold on to your hats, because Stephen A. Smith just dropped a bombshell. Turns out Nike breached the contract by delaying Clark's. You heard that right, the very thing they promised her, the crown jewel of that $8 million deal, they couldn't deliver. Now you might think that's game over for Clark's sponsorship dreams, but what if I told you this contract breach could be the best thing that ever happened to her career? Picture this: Adidas exec glued to their screens, watching Clark dominate on the court. They're not just seeing a superstar in the making, they're seeing dollar signs and a golden opportunity. While Nike's fumbling the ball, Adidas is drawing up the perfect play. Here's where it gets juicy. Adidas isn't just offering Clark a new deal, they're handing her a get-out-of-jail-free card from her Nike contract. You're probably thinking, wait, can she really just walk away from a $28 million deal? Turns out she can. That breach of contract we talked about, it's not just a mistake, it's Clark's ticket to freedom. Let's break it down. Adidas comes in hot with a $20 million offer over 4 years. Do the math, that's $5 million a year. Compare that to Nike's deal, and it's not even close. Adidas is basically saying we'll pay you more in half the time. That's the kind of offer that makes you sit up and take notice. But hold on, because it Gets better. Remember, that signature shoe Nike promised but never delivered. Adidas is all over it. They're not just talking about a shoe, they're talking about launching it ASE. We're talking design teams, marketing campaigns, the whole 9 yards. Adidas is ready to make Clark the face of their women's basketball line. This isn't just about switching logos on a jersey. Adidas is offering Clark a real platform to build her brand. They've got a track record of turning athletes into global icons. Think James Harden, Damian Lillard. Adidas took these guys from great players to household names, and now they want to do the same for Clark. Imagine seeing Caitlin Clark billboards in Times Square. Picture her signature shoe in every Foot Locker across the country. That's the kind of star power Adidas is promising. They're not just looking at Clark as a basketball player, they're seeing her as a global ambassador for their brand. Hold up though, before we start planning Clark's NBA 2K cover, there's a curveball in this story that'll make your head spin. Ever wondered why a WNBA superstar would even think about playing in Europe? Trust me, it's not just about the money. You heard that right. Caitlin Clark, the rising star of American basketball, is seriously considering taking her talents to Europe. But why? She's got the WNBA at her feet, Adidas offering her millions. So what's the deal with this European adventure? Let's break it down. European basketball isn't just some minor league. We're talking about top tier competition-packed arenas, and yes, some serious cash. Players can make double, even triple what they'd earn in the WNBA. But for Clark, this isn't about chasing a bigger paycheck. Here's where it gets interesting. Adidas, they're not just big in America, they're huge in Europe. We're talking about a continent where Adidas dominates the basketball scene, from street ball courts in Barcelona to pro arenas in Moscow. That 3-stripe logo is everywhere now. Imagine Clark rocking Adidas gear on both sides of the Atlantic. She'd be building a fan base. RK wouldn't just be a big name in American sports, she'd be a household name around the world. Clark's global appeal is clear, but it's creating an unexpected problem back home. The WNBA thought they struck gold with Clark. Now they're realizing she might be too valuable to keep. How do you hold on to a star when the whole world wants a piece of her? The WNBA is in a tough spot, and it's all because of Caitlin Clark. But here's the thing, it's not just about losing their biggest star, it's about what Clark represents. She's not just a player, she's a symbol of everything the league could be. Let's talk numbers for a second. Clark's impact on the WNBA, it's off the charts. We're talking viewership that's through the roof, merchandise flying off the shelves faster than they could stock it. When Clark steps on the court, people tune in. It's like she's got some kind of magic that turns casual fans into diehard supporters. But here's where it gets tricky. All this success, it's shining a spotlight on some of the WNBA's biggest problems. Low salaries. Yeah, that's a big one. Clark set to make around $74,000 in her rookie season. That's pocket change compared to what she could earn in Europe or with Adidas. And it's not just about the money. The WNBA is struggling to promote its stars. Clark's doing more for the league's publicity than their entire marketing team. She's got people talking about women's basketball in a way we haven't seen before. So, what's the WNBA going to do? They can't just sit back and watch their golden goose fly off to Europe, but they can't wave a magic wand and suddenly have NBA-level salaries either. It's a real head-scratcher. This isn't just about keeping Clark in the league, it's about the future of women's basketball in America. If the WNBA can't hold on to a star like Clark, what does that say about their ability to grow the sport? How are they going to attract the next generation of superstars if their best players are looking for opportunities elsewhere? The leagues at a crossroad. They've got to find a way to keep their stars happy, grow their fan base, and prove that they can compete with international leagues. It's a tall order, but with players like Clark raising the bar, they don't have much choice. So here's the deal. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing women's basketball, she's flipping the whole game on its head. Think about it. This college superstar's got Nike, Adidas, and even European leagues fighting over her. That's crazy. And the NBA, they're sweating bullets, trying to figure out how to keep their next big thing from bouncing overseas. Whatever Clark decides, it's going to send shockwaves through the sport. We're talking about a player who could redefine what it means to be a women's basketball star, global icon, game changer. Clark's got that potential. One thing's for sure, the story is far from over. Clark's next move, it's going to be huge, and trust me, you're going to want to see how this plays out.